Hi guys, how you doing? So today we're going to take a look at the NZXT H1 mini ITX case, integrated power supply cooler. It's the dog's bollocks, to be perfectly honest. When they announced it, I loved it. It reminded me of the Corsa 1 cases. Not that they're really cases, they're just all-in-ones really. And I really wanted to get my hands on it. Then obviously COVID struck. Supply was a real problem. It came out really in September, although it was available in May in the UK. And I lost a little bit of interest. However, stock became more available. I picked it up, and then there was a further problem. The problem being that the PCI riser cable was faulty, and it was basically a fire risk, and that is not a good thing. NZXT were quite slow in their reaction to it, or so I thought. They did have an interim solution, that was to send out nylon screws. It kind of worked, however, I think the damage was done. What they needed to do and what they've done is replace that PCI riser cable, and hopefully it's going to kind of sort out the problem that shouldn't have been there in the first place. It really shouldn't have been. So the way you do it is you basically go onto the website, you put in your details, you supply your proof of purchase, and they'll send you one out. Now mine took 6 weeks to come, it arrived yesterday, and now I've kind of got the enthusiasm, I'm raring to go, and we're going to do a build. So today's video is going to be in 3 parts. Firstly, we're going to look around the case as we normally would. Secondly, we're going to replace that PCI riser cable because it is straightforward, and obviously I'm going to demystify it because some people will have a problem, but obviously majority of you won't. And then lastly, we're going to do a build. Hopefully it meets my expectations. I'm really looking forward to it. So let's crack on. Okay guys, right, so what we're going to do first is we'll take all the panels off, have a look inside, because to be honest on the outside there's not really much to see. There's obviously the tempered glass here, and then there's some textured side panels, and that's really about it, and obviously we just had a look at those. So in order to take this off, just lift it up, get your fingers under and give it a pull. Okay, and here you can see it's kept on by these little nubbins, as I call them, all pretty secure and pretty decent. So inside, this is going to be the where the power supply is, and your hard drives and all of that. We've got the side of the cooler, a PCI riser cable, which we're going to look at in a moment, and we've got some cables sticking down. So let's spin it around a little bit more. And this is the other side panel. So again, just get your fingers under there, give it a pull. And again, attached in the same way. And then to take this top panel off, you literally just give it a lift. And there it comes. And then inside, you can see there's a couple of magnetic dust filters here. And they come off, and they're pretty standard for most cases. And if we look inside, obviously you can see the cables here. They're tied down, all the right lengths, exactly what you need. You could replace this, you know, I'd probably go for an SF750 if I was going to put another power supply in here, but it's not necessary. You know, 650 is going to be absolutely fine. If you want to put an RTX 3070 in here, you're not going to have any issues. So on this side, you can see the back side of the radiator and the power supply. So if I quickly undo this, and then drop it down. This is obviously your radiator. It's going to be blowing air through, and then you've got your pump heads and all your bits and pieces inside. So there's not really much to see. That's about it really. And if you take a look at the top, we've got the power button there. We've got our 3.0, 3.1 which is Type-C, and our headphone and audio jack. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take a look at replacing the PCI riser cable, because it is straightforward. It's a couple of screws essentially. So let's crack on with that. So when you get your PCI riser cable, you'll get this repair guide. Just follow it if you're unsure what to do. Otherwise, just follow what we're doing today and you won't go wrong. So inside, there's a couple of screws here. These are nylon, yours might be metal. And then what we do is we literally just unscrew this. And then that is what it is. Cool, and once you've undone those screws, just literally take it out, and here it is. So if you're unaware, the problem is here. These aren't riveted with like a gold plate or something like that, and basically the PCB can wear away, you can touch a live part of it, and that's what caused the short and the fire. So very bad. I'm just going to show you what the proper one looks like, and we'll compare them side by side. And if we compare them side by side, this is the new replacement, and this is the old one. As you can see, they put this gold ring around the screw holes, so there's not going to be any wear against that. And obviously this one, I mean, this is like a schoolboy error. Why they messed it up so badly, I don't really know. But you know, they've done a replacement, so we're pretty much good to go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to screw it back in, and that's about it. Cool, so that's screwed in now, nice and secure. So just to summarise, what I've done is I removed the screw up the top, screw off the bottom, taken the old cable out, put the new one in, and then obviously put the screws back in. Nice and secure, no problems, job's a good one. guys, we finished the build and I'm really happy with the way it's turned out. You know, it's such an easy case to build in. Drop in your motherboard, your graphics card, your SSDs, and away you go. Thermally, it's really good. I had heard stories say it was a bit of a hot box, but I didn't really find that to be the case. It kind of performs really well. If you want, you know, a really quiet, cool system, then maybe go elsewhere. Because remember, it's only got 140mm AIO, and if you've got anything more than an i5 or an R5, it's going to really struggle. With the 10600K at stock, it did a really good job, so I'm pleased. Aesthetically, it's a good case. There's not a lot going on other than the kind of the outside. You know, there's no RGB that you can kind of really see through. That's probably a good thing. It's very minimalist in that respect. It will sit nice on your desk. It doesn't take up too much space. Yeah, so what's not to like, really? Guys, if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.